Hello everyone, this is Nevergoing77 here, and welcome to Let's Play Heretic. Yes, another old game made by both Raven Software and id Software. They teamed up together to make this back in the end of 1994. So yep, going to be diving into another old hit classic here, Heretic. Now, before we begin, I want to say that this is definitely wasn't one that I played as much. Certainly not as much as Doom and the other good ones, as I didn't really get to play this during my early childhood, and it wasn't until a little bit later that I picked this up. And so this should be a pretty interesting Let's Play going into this for the first time. Well, making a first LP of this, that is. So, without further ado, let's just go and begin our game. And as you can see already, there's a lot of similarities to this and Doom itself, as this is a game that runs off a modified version of the Doom engine, as well as having ourselves 3 episodes that the game, or the base game, had anyways. There was an expansion that had an additional 2 episodes, but we're just going to go and look at the 3 episodes of the main game here, starting with the first one, City of the Damned. Yes. And also, we have our difficulty screen, which is, yeah, pretty much the same as how it works in Doom, where we have our top one here being I'm Too Young to Die, and the bottom one is practically Nightmare. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to pick on and do this Let's Play on Nightmare mode, that's for sure. But I do think we are going to play it on the ultra-violent equivalent, the Thou Art a Smite Meister. Yes, and I am most definitely a Smite Meister, so let's go ahead and pick that difficulty and start playing. So yeah, here we are in Heretic. We got our nice little gold wand here. It is basically our pistol of the game. It's a nice little pew-pew gun, that basic mana using gun here, as this already greeted with our first enemies here, these little flying imps. Now these flying imps, I think they're just called, yeah, they're called Heretic imps here, and they're basic enemy. They don't do much, they do throw fireballs at you and do charge at you, which is pretty neat, I guess, but yeah, pretty cool. And you can tell already that this is going to be a lot more medieval fantasy themed, as it's going to already showing things like magic and such here. We got also our magical staff, which we can very hilariously punch to death with our enemies. Yes, you come here. Here it is. But yeah, it introduces a lot of cool new things on the Doom engine. One of them being the ability to look up and down for once. I think this is actually also the first first-person shooter games that allowed you to do that, by the way. It's actually looking up and down, which is great. Definitely be doing that, as well as other effects like this water here. It is a nice splooshing effect, as you can see. And the introduction of an inventory system. Yes, you can now use items that we pick up at any time by hitting enter. And there will be a lot of special items that you'll get to see for us to do that. Yes, all in due time. But let's go ahead and start by picking up our yellow key. Yes, starting off with the yellow key here, which I think is this door. Yes, we see our next new enemy, the mummy. Yes, this is probably regarded as one of the more well-known enemies of Heretic for sure. These mummies, they're pretty basic. They come up to you and basically just hit you like that. But once in a while, they'll shoot out a beam of energy at you that does modest damage, and I think homes in on you too, so you do have to watch out for that. So yeah, not much else for us to go so far, so let's just keep exploring here in these nice darkened dungeon-like tunnels here, which is pretty cool, I will say, but let's also try to be careful here. I am playing on ultra-violence equivalent after all, so it's going to be probably a bit of a struggle. And you can definitely count on saving our game often. And speaking of which, I think we're going to go ahead and do that now. We're going to go save our game. Okay, it's an LP already. Oh, I have to use this. Of course. It's LP. And LP backup. So yeah, now for the main story of this game, we're playing as an elf, like an elven monk, by the name of Corvus. He is been deemed a heretic because of what the three main enemies of the game, the Serpent Riders, have came in and pretty much just ravaged the land and taken everything and enslaved everyone except for the elven race, the city, which Corvus is. And being the very few survivors of the elves, he has taken upon himself to go and take and exact his revenge against the evil Serpent Riders that have now enslaved his land. Yes. And this land being a land that was previously ruled, it was previously ruled by 7 ancient kingdoms, one of which was the Elven race, and they actually predicted an Armageddon, an upcoming onslaught with the arrival of these Serpent Riders. Yes. And with that, they were probably the only race that's tried to resist and mostly failed when the Serpent Riders came to enslave everyone. So it was a pretty tragic backstory. Corvus here, he's lost most of his kind, so it wouldn't be really wrong of him to go out and try to get revenge on all of his enemies. And all these enemies too are all like undead, as you can see already, like hellish, coming from the underworld to try and seek out these heretics. And it will definitely be one tricky task to try and survive all of these undead. Oh boy, they sure want me dead. Yes, they do. But we'll get them. We'll get them all. We'll avenge your race, Corvus. Oh yes, we will. We'll kill and slaughter the demons one at a time and exact our revenge on one of the Serpent Riders, which, as you would have guessed, is the final boss of this game. A bit of spoilers, by the way, but those of you who don't know, we'll be facing one of these Serpent Riders at the end of the game as the main boss. So yeah, it should be pretty interesting once we get there, for sure. But also, what's interesting is the weapons that we got. You can see here that we picked up what's called the Gauntlets of the Necromancer. Yes, the Gauntlets of the Necromancer. Pretty badass sounding name, I know. This is basically the chainsaw of Doom, where it's our upgraded melee. You can go up to it and even up to a wall. It even produces like a nice little effect there, as you can see. Much similar to the chainsaw's effect, but yeah, it's a pretty cool weapon for sure. As well as picking up another weapon. Now this is the ethereal crossbow. It's basically like a cool projectile flinging weapon here that we got. It's a little bit like the shotgun from Doom actually, except it fires projectiles rather than hit scan, as opposed to our golden wand, which is our starting weapon here. Yes. But yeah, I must say, I do kind of like the weapons used in this game here. They do have definitely a lot more of a magical, almost gothic medieval theme going on. Well, I guess not just the weapons, but all the environments and all that themselves. With all these nice dark rooms that they got here, spider webs and all that. Pretty cool. But yeah, the Gauntlets of the Necromancer in particular is a really cool, nice weapon. It always does feel satisfying to use all the time. Here. So we open this door, that switch, go up close, and just tear apart our enemies with our nice, shiny gauntlets. Yes. Oh, listen to that sound. I like the sound effect that it makes too. Yes. It's almost like a... Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good, but oh snap, we have ourselves a first encounter with our new enemy, the Knight. Now this guy here isn't too much of a big hassle to deal with. He does have his axes that he throws at you with. It's a bit of a pain to deal with when in larger numbers. Thankfully it was just the one there, but we will definitely be seeing more of him for sure. And we have our exit door. Now this symbol here is a symbol that was used in a in the great temple that was built to honor these serpent riders of the enslaved men. I forget what the symbol is called, but we will be seeing it a lot, as it's also our exit door symbol, too, which is always a good indicator. You know when to go to when you need to exit the level. So there you have it. That's the first level. The dock's finished. Definitely probably one of the more memorable levels of the game for sure, as it is the first one. And we move on to our next. And as you can see, we do just like in the original Doom game, our progress is trapped through a map screen that we got here. Starting with this next one, the dungeon. So let's go in and get into it. See what other new dangers await us here in these dark dungeons. Oh yes. Definitely more evil creatures and undeads to fight, for sure. These mummies. Oh, and there's some more trying to sneak up from behind. Better watch out for our health. It's getting very low. As well as another thing that I should mention is the nice, cool health system that they got here. As you can see on the bottom of the screen there, we have our health, which is represented not only on the bottom left, but by that bar on the bottom. And it's got like, you can see it's got like this cool chain there with that red part representing where we're at. And you can see how it gets dragged along to the right and to left depending on how much we get hurt and all that. Towards the demon head on the right when we get to full health, and towards the undead demon head on the left for when we get to near death, which is pretty cool, I will say. I do like how that works. As you can see, my health got up a bit, so the red bar went to the right a bit more. But yeah, it is pretty cool. Not quite as good as the Doom guy face status bar from Doom, but it's still pretty nice either way. It is pretty cool how it works. That's for sure. You must admit, it is pretty nice. You will see a couple of other neat details as we progress through the level and how the health works and all that. But anyways, let's get on with going through these doors. Oh, gotta say hello to some more mummies, as well as a knight back there. You can see he's behind this false wall. And he's shooting at me with his, yeah, there they are, but they're axes. But, oh, yeah. Not to get too close. I haven't picked up any items yet, which would be really helpful if we did have some, especially some quartz flasks. But oh well, we're just gonna have to make do with what we got, I guess. And what we got ain't quite gonna be enough, is it? Yeah, I am playing on the second hardest difficulty, so I guess it shouldn't be too surprising that we haven't found any real items yet. But let's just keep looking. Yeah, keep looking. Oh, there we go. Already found my first item. Now this is the torch. You can enter to use it, and it lights up our way. It's pretty cool. As you can see, everything is lit up quite nicely for us to see everything. And see all the hidden dark corners. Yes, excellent. Let's see what's over here. Get some more barrels. Don't worry, these barrels are not explosive, so don't have to fret about killing yourself with them. At least not with these barrels here. You will see an explosive that is a lot similar to the barrels, but not quite yet. Let's just keep on making our way through more of these undead enemies here, and oh geez, oh god, there's more knights. More knights. Oh no. But hey, at least we found ourselves a secret. Oh no. Oh god. Well, maybe, hopefully we can cause some... Oh no, I just set myself up for failure. No, I made it out. Just get out of my way, and yeah. Now, there is monster infighting in this, just like in Doom. We can make them fight each other if they do accidentally hit each other. I'm going to try and do that a bit. And, oh, there we go. He's got some mummies going after him now. And hopefully that'll help save our ammo. Yes, our much needed ammo and our much needed health, too. We're looking pretty close to death. We're getting really close to that undead demon head on the left side there. We don't want to get to it. Yes, at least not this early. But hey, we've already got ourselves some more arrows. That's always good. This Imperial crossbow is a pretty good versatile weapon. It is good in most situations that you got. Keep on shooting away. There's some more enemies to kill. It usually gets the job done for you. Yes. pretty well. Hopefully that will be mostly everyone dealt with in here. Just have another look around, just in case. Yep, a couple of straggling mummies to get rid of, finish off. There's you done, and yeah, should be good. Ah, there we go. We found our first quartz flask. A quartz flask is basically like the health kit of the game, except you can carry it around and use it whenever, as it is an item you use in your inventory, which is pretty nice. It's definitely nice and convenient to have that kind of help when you have to use your items whenever you need it, but also going in here and pick up our Dragon Claw. There's our next weapon here. The Dragon Claw is a pretty nice weapon. It has a nice, cool, fast firing rate. It's sort of like the chain gun of the game, in a sense. And it's just this little crown thing with horns that you put on your fist. As you can see there, it's kind of funny how that works, but also not too bad. So it definitely tears through your enemies just as fast as the gauntlets, if not even faster. You have to be careful. Watch out for you. Yeah, watch out for you as well. Mr. Knight coming out of the corner. And we'll go ahead and save now, just in case. LP. Here we go. Yes. And what do you know? Another one of you hiding around the corner. Yes. Always gotta hide around these corners. Let's go get them all. Don't worry, Corvus. I will avenge your kind. Yes. No matter how much it takes. But hey, look what we've got here. Now these are the pods. Those green things over there, they're pods, and when you shoot them, they blow up. Yeah, these are what replace the explosive barrels in Doom. Those green pods. So yeah, I don't want to be too close to when they go off, otherwise you will get horribly blown up into pieces. Oh yes, you will. That's what you. No. Keep on shooting you. I'll use more of my gauntlets for our finals. Well, I mean. Yes, come here. Just tear them up to pieces. I like how these gauntlets work. It always feels satisfying to use them. Putting out your hands and then like the electricity coming out, it's like that. It almost feels like I'm tickling and tingling my enemies to death. Yes, tickling them with my tingling fingers. Yes, like coming up with my tingling fingers and killing off and zapping everyone. Yes. Feel the wrath of my gauntlets. Ah. Very good. Oh god. Oh shit. Almost killed myself there. Watch out for those pods. As well as this. Now this is like, I don't know what this is. Kind of looks like murky swamp water, but I don't know. Whatever it does, it hurts you, which is not good. You want to step out of that, stay out of it as much as you can. As, yeah, it's pretty hot water. I don't know, maybe this is steam water or murky water or something, but it hurts you either way. I like to think that it's like hot boiling water or something. The only thing that's missing is all the steam coming out. But either way, yeah, you want to try and avoid it because it does hurt you. Not a lot, not as much as some of the other damaging liquids and floors, but it is the first one. It's our first introduction to those kind of floors. You gotta watch out for. And, oh, yeah, speaking of watching out, enemy flank. Yeah, trying to ambush me here with these mummies and these knights. Go ahead and drink up my 2 quart flask, get a nice amount of health back. And go in there and pick up the green key. Yes, the green key, which is right here. As, yep, you got the green key. It's the replacement of the red key from Doom. As well as this. Now this is a pretty cool item. This is what's called the Tome of Power. Yes, the Tome of Power. It's a pretty good item for when you use it. It powers up all of your weapons that you use. Actually, let's just use it right now to show it off. And now that we have it used up, as you can see, all of our weapons are greatly powered up. And I do mean all of them. Even our basic staff gets a nice boost in juice here. As you can see, I think it does more damage as well as more knockback too. So, yeah, it definitely does. You can just easily, pretty much 1 and 2 hit kill these little imps with it, which is pretty good. And as for the Dragon Claw, let's just pull that out real quick. It loses a bit in firing range, but it more than makes up for in power. As you can see, it shoots out and it splits into these little spiky balls that come out in all directions. It's pretty neat, I'd say. And for the gauntlet, where is it? Okay, is it over here? Oh, you just narrowly missed it. Well, you did see it for a split second. What it does to the gauntlet, it powers it up. It makes it so you shoot red electricity instead of green. And not only does it do more damage, but it also drains the life out of your enemies and adds it to your own, which is actually a really nice ability, I would say. It's definitely good for when you want to quickly regain some health and get lost health back. And especially in a pinch too, so it's always good for that. So let's go up here and pick up all these nice goodies, as well as some more health. What was that I picked out? It was just health, okay. It was just health. I think with that being done, you can go through here, and that will be pretty much the end of this level. At least we should be coming up close to it. Oh yeah, there's our blue key, as well as another ambush. Yes, it was almost as if I expected something like that to happen. No typical old Doom engine games, am I right? You really do love your monster closets, especially the really dark ones like this. But yeah. Still no match for me with my nice, awesome weapons that I have here. You go up and pick up the Bag of Holding. It's basically the backpack of the game. It allows you to hold more ammo for all of your weapons. As you can see, we're already over 100 for the gold wand as well. But yeah, that Tome of Power sure is a game changer sometimes. It does really help you out. Even makes the weak weapons like the gold wand actually viable to use, because you saw even how it powered even this weapon out quite a bit. So we'll definitely be counting on that Tome of Power to help us win the day for sure. As well as I read in the storyline, is the Tome of Power was actually created by Corvus's kind, the city elves, and they were kept away in storage and until the Serpent Riders came and destroyed everything, basically. But yeah, no, we were the original creators of it. And you should damn well feel proud of it too, because it sure is a badass item. The only downside is it doesn't last for very long, and it doesn't carry on to other levels. And which brings me to the next thing in this game that I should probably explain, is that how the items work. You get to keep your items onto the next level as you progress through the levels, but you don't get to keep a lot of them. Say for example, if I got 10 quartz flasks and then I exit the level and move on to the next one, I can only keep one of them to move on to the next, and that pretty much applies to all the items actually. Tome of Power, Torch, everything. And I think even some items go even beyond that and make it so you can't have carry over at all to the next level. Which I guess, makes sense for balancing purposes and such, to help it, make it a little bit more fair. But yeah, speaking of which, got another item here, the Time Bomb of the Ancients. It's like this nice little hourglass here. We use it, and it blows them up. It's basically what it says it is. It's a time bomb that we lay down and it explodes in a couple of seconds. Good to use if you're good to use in a pinch, when you're panicking and need to quickly kill some enemies, just like that. But still not as good as the quartz flask, I must say. Yeah, you're definitely going to be the items you're going to be relying on. It's definitely going to be the quartz flask, the Tome of Power, and a couple of other ones that we'll see later on. But yeah, should definitely be getting close to the end of this level here. It's getting very dark coming down these hallways. Just to furthermore exacerbate the dark and gloomy, almost gothic-like theme of the game, which is very good. But yeah, that's this level done, and with that being done, I think I'm gonna end off this video here. A nice, good first introductory video. So before we do that, let's go and do what we've always been doing, and we always do, is save our game at the end. Yes. We'll save on you. And save on you. Let's see. There we go. We'll be back up, just in case. Alright, so that's this video done. We'll end it off. We'll show you those juicy stats. And we got most of the kills, but we did get some of the secrets too, which is pretty good. But yeah, that's the dungeons finished. The second level of our first episode done. as well as our first video. So, with that being said, thank you so much everyone for watching. If you like the video as well as the other ones that I upload on here, then don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe, because I upload videos almost every day. So be sure to hit that bell and get those juicy notifications. And be sure to stay tuned for next time for me to get to some more Let's Play Heretic. Yes. Pretty interesting and exciting so far how this has been going. So I'm really looking forward to seeing look forward to doing it some more, as well as seeing you guys there at your beyond. So finally, this is Never Going 77 signing off, and as always, take care everyone. Goodbye.